Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do the Divine Guidance Spirit Guide Weekly. What do your spirit guides need you to know? I do yes and no tarot. I do astrology, read tarot when I have the time. It's a little bit on hiatus until I get a little bit more time in my schedule. I also do active magic, candle magic tarot, and that is what I have for you today. This particular reading, this particular video was inspired by a bunch of questions I've been getting from clients recently, and today's active magic, candle magic, is what can I do to be happier? This is a Find Your Bliss, Follow Your Bliss reading. There's 4 piles in a pick a card presentation. There's going to be an insert in a moment so that you can pick your pile. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. And concentrate, see which one calls out to you. That is going to be the message that you're most meant to receive. This time, all of the candles are anointed and prepared in exactly the same way. Take a moment, see which one calls out to you. I will see you at the time of your reading, and please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that share button. It really does help my channel. And if you'd like to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. And there's going to be ways to contact me at different inserts throughout the video. Thanks so much for joining me. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 1, pile number 1, then this is your candle and this is your reading. Let's go over what's on your spell plate and what's on the candle. First of all candles were anointed first with Joy Gem Elixir. This is actually a happiness and positivity spell. I do it sometimes. I do it for friends usually when they're in bad moods or when they've had things going wrong. I can actually push happiness and positivity towards people. It's part of a form of healing magic. So Joy Gem Elixir is the first thing that I anoint the candle with. And then on the spell plate there is white rice that has been treated with 3 different types of conjure oil. This has come to me with peace water and double quick water as well. This is these are both from Conjured Cardia. This one happens to be from Art of the Root. The rice makes things prosper. It makes them grow. It is one of the forms of prosperity magic. We use rice in love rice and prosperity rice, and then this is health, healing, and happiness rice. So that is to help draw towards you the positive energies that will make you happier in life. The orange roses are about passion and creativity, happiness and joy. And then the daisies are, again, another flower that helps draw things. Gold helps draw things in magic, and it is about sunshine, happiness. If you've seen the tarot card, the sun, it is absolutely inspired by that. This is a design spell. It does actually work. I've had really good success with it. And then your color, the candle color is pink. Pink is a form of love that has happiness, compassion, friendship, communication in it. It is a very, it's not, I use it in love magic as well. Red is typically the color of passion, but pink is security, happiness, that feeling of contentment and friendship. So that's what's on your spell plate. We have a giant pile of oracle cards to go over first, and then we're going to have the golden wheel bringing the predictive spread, which is just going to have some advice on what to do to be happier, how to thrive more. It's just been something, it's been such a tough season. Our lives really got derailed. And so we're trying to find the ways to increase happiness, to increase positivity, and to increase joy. All right, we have peace. In stillness, the answers will be revealed. This is very frequently about meditation. One of the best ways to get yourself into a better energy is to align, to ground, to work on your bottom 3 chakras. So peace is about finding that stillness within. I'm suddenly swarmed by dogs. If you're wondering why I'm kind of cracking up, both of the dogs came in here, so they should be appearing on camera in a moment, or not. Hopefully no one's going to knock over the candle. So peace is about finding the ability to be still, finding the ability to enjoy the moment that is available to you, and knowing that all things come in the time that they need. I also have portals. Where do we play? In nature, that's where the garden gate will take you there. Now, I can actually open portals. I can actually close them as well. Portals are open. They're magical energy pockets, essentially, that allow things to come through. You can open them in order to kind of commune with your spirit guides a little bit better. It's not the same type of portal I'm talking about when opening something for magic, but it is about establishing a clear channel to your guides as well. So far, meditation will help bring more information. I have discovery. And then I also have victim mentality. This is something to release. Now, here's I'm going to talk about this for just a moment. Discovery is looking for the things in your environment that are already positive. When you reset your vibe to being more happy, to being happier, to being more positive, you immediately change the energy in which you're basically living. And the energy that we're living in is the energy that we attract. Victim mentality it's such a difficult energy for people to wrap their head around, because sometimes we've had terrible things happen to us. People get this card and they feel like they're being shamed for reacting to being hurt. And that's not what it's about. Victim mentality is when terrible things have happened to you and in some part of you, you don't believe it can ever change. That I'm fated, I'm uniquely afflicted with suffering, and I'm targeted by the universe. That's that whole setting your vibe to believe that good things can come to you and releasing the pain of the past. And the easiest way to release the pain of the past is to practice forgiveness, both of yourself for any mistakes that you made that might have kept people or situations in your life that caused injury, but also the people who injured you. And that's the one that's a real sticking point for a lot of clients. They're they get angry, they don't want to forgive yet. And forgiveness has almost nothing to do with what the other person did. It really doesn't. It is about freeing yourself and finding peace. We are simply in a better state of being when we have found peace and tranquility and we can receive more. So victim mentality is about kind of releasing the slights of the past so that you can allow more joy into the future. I have unfinished symphony with chop wood. So pile number one, immediately the advice that you're getting is do some work to release your past. Sometimes we need to heal. Sometimes we need to go back and examine the ways in which we were injured in order to be able to free ourselves, to kind of clean out that wound, find out the ways, maybe the things that we allowed into our lives that didn't belong there. But sometimes we get stuck thinking about it over and over and over again. And right now, this is a timeless reading, but we're in a very difficult time in history where not as much is allowed to happen because the world around us is a little bit shut down. So doing the work in order to release that which cannot be changed. The only way to change the past is in the way that you view it. And that's really very true. You cannot change the events of the past, but you can change whether or not you're learning from them, whether or not you're healing from them, and whether or not you feel defined by them. And that's that victim mentality as well. Release as much of the pain of the past as you can. Do the work going forward. Look at what's happened to you. Understand you're not being blamed or shamed. And I am not a reader who says everything happens to you for your highest good. It doesn't. A lot of the times the things that come to us that are the most painful have to do with a series of choices that we made. We didn't heed our guides and we got hurt more than we should because we wanted to. People don't like change, and so they cling to things beyond the point that they should. That is not the same thing as saying that what has happened to you is your fault. Not at all. It usually has to do with people making their choices and you making yours. Doing the work to kind of differentiate between, did this really happen to me because fate is against me, or did it happen to me because I wasn't in a healthy space and I wasn't making healthy choices? And just speaking for me personally, I can look back and see the ways in which, sure, I had, a series of failed relationships, one of which was 20 years long. And was that really the universe sending something to me? That started out as a karmic relationship, but I wouldn't release it even as I was being told to. And I'll tell you candidly, I started being told to release that 3 years into that marriage. I had people coming to me and saying, you were meant to be a healer, but it can't happen until you leave your husband. And I just wouldn't do it. So I contributed to a lot of things in my life, and that is not blaming myself or scolding or judging myself. It is simply acknowledging that I am one of the captains and the architects of my own reality, and if I want a different result, I need to undertake a different action, and I need to view my life with a different eye. And that's what this is about too. Unfinished Symphony and Discovery. You are able to change the trajectory, the course, and the path of your life by simply determining that you will. It's almost that simple. All right, I have Mystical Moments brings us My Dear Friend. This is very good as well. This is one of the things that, this is cute because the woman is actually riding a deer. It can be about getting in touch with animal guides and spirits. Most of our animals who come to us are often guides in another form or reincarnated souls who have come back to us. My Dear Friend can be about the animals around you who are here as a form of guide as well. We learn our relationship to power when we have pets. You will find out who you truly are when you have control of a situation, when you have an animal. It is one of the reasons it is a test of your evolution and of your ability to kind of transcend. If you are able to view something that is completely at your mercy, kindly, compassionately, and to take it as not an obligation, but an honor to have that much trust put in you, that does change a great many things about how you view your own personal power in this time and in this place. All right, and you don't have to have pets, by the way. This can come in with almost anything. Your relationship to nature, your relationship to animals, and then also your relationship to yourself. Be kind to yourself, speak kindly to yourself. And again, there's some work to go in releasing the past and defining the future by what has already happened. All right, I have Appreciation. This is a card for gratitude, and that is quite simply going through your life to find the things that are positive and that are worth celebrating and already a form of abundance. A lot of times we discount the things that are positive in our lives because they're there, and we take them a little bit for granted. One of my favorite things to do is to wake up in the middle of the night and be able to go back to sleep. Like it's that feeling of ease and contentment that I really like. But I have wonderfully soft sheets. I have a memory foam bed, and I'll wake up and I'll kind of enumerate the things that are wonderful, positive in my environment at that point. And that's all gratitude really is. Go through your day. If you're drinking a cup of coffee in the morning, really savor each sip and understand that is a boon to your existence. If you are able to walk across a floor, understand having a body that works, that is a boon to your existence. Find the things that you are grateful about. If you have great hair, celebrate your hair. If you have flawless skin, celebrate your skin. If you love the way your home smells, then remember that you have been able to bring things to you that improve your environment, that improve your life, and improve your experience in this existence. And that's what appreciation is. That's what gratitude is. I have Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. Once you increase your gratitude, once you increase your ability to kind of filter your reality to find that which is positive and to focus on it, the universal love starts flowing through you. And balancing is a very, very important activity to engage in as well. Pheasant, adapt to place and circumstance to discover happiness and contentment. Dear God, yes. This is about being able to understand that even if something that you loved left your life, at least you had it. If you are still able to, again, function, feel well, my gosh, you've got a lot. Be adaptable. Be willing to change. Change is how things get better. Don't resist it, lean into it, make it your own, and take a good attitude with it, and that'll raise your vibe immediately. I also have Courage. Remember, if you have anxiety, and a lot of my collective is going to be empaths, that is not about being fearful. People who are anxious have good foresight. It's one of the reasons that empaths and psychics who aren't using their gifts in like a particularly targeted form quite frequently suffer from anxiety, and it is not the same thing as fear. Remember, you have courage. You have gotten this far. Who got you this far? You did. Believe in yourself. You're brave. I also have Hope. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can change a negative situation into a positive one. And after like a season like this, after a year or so where it doesn't seem like we're able to do anything rewarded at every turn, hope can feel like too much of a risk. Like you stop hoping for things going forward because it just hasn't worked out. Hope is not about wanting a specific thing, a specific job, or a specific person. It is a belief that if you continue to apply your energy going forward, that things will change. Hope is faith as well, knowing that there's more to this life than what we can see. Even with what I do, what I'm proving is that there is more. If I can pick up a deck of cards and tell you anything about yourself, I am proving there is more to this world than what we can see, and that is the first tenet of faith. All right, so hope is very important, and it's very difficult to achieve in times like this. But remember, you're still here. You're still able to impact your reality. Have hope, believe in yourself, and again, release the past. All you can do with the past is learn from it. All right, let's get going. Let's see what else, what kind of advice do we have for pile number one about what can they do to increase their happiness? How can they be happy? I need some more targeted advice than that's the energetic reset advice that the Oracle cards brings. Let's get some more actions to undertake. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to try one more time. Can I get more cards, please? Okay. Okay. I have the Ten of Swords in reverse. This is that processing of emotional pain. This is the need to release the past. With the Seven of Wands in the upright, remember, you can overcome anything you set your mind to. I have the Five of Cups in the upright. That can be grief. I have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright as well. I have the Nine of Cups. That is wish fulfillment. This is also the Seven of Swords in reverse, clarity and truth. I have Temperance in the upright. Learning patience brings happiness. Patience is not, like, people cringe when they're like, patience. And I know I joke around a lot about it a lot as well, but patience is not being told you have to wait. Patience allows you to relax and to enjoy your life as it is. I have the Four of Cups in reverse. I have the Four of Pentacles in the upright. What else have we got going? The Knight of Swords in the upright as well. Okay, I've got a, oh, good. That's good to know. All right. Strength card in reverse. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I have the Queen of Cups in reverse. That's intuition. Knight of Cups in the upright. Eight of Swords in the upright as well. Let's keep going. We've got a couple of things on the table already. Two of Wands in reverse. Nine of Wands in reverse. Five of Swords in the upright. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I've got the Devil in the upright. I have the King of Cups in the upright. I have the Hierophant in reverse, and I have the Death card in the upright as well. Ten of Wands in the upright, and then I've got the Four of Swords. Okay, so you do have some need to heal, but let's talk about how to start healing that. So what can you do within your existence right now to achieve all of this? One of the things is to make sure that you are not sitting and just like constantly going over what has already passed. The best reason, if you're looking back at old photographs and celebrating vacations you took and remembering the happy times, that's one thing. If you're going back over all of the things that went wrong, try to release that, try to move on, simply because all it does is keep you stuck in that same energy. So you're being asked to take some actions to try and change your mood, to try and change your experience. Start looking for, this is an area of interest. Start looking, this is travel. I know right now it's not possible to start traveling, but what you can do is start doing the research into where you'd like to go next. If you're not able to get to the place that you would like to, start looking around. Temperance in the upright that's a patient and healing energy. Do what you can now to plan for the future that you can't quite see yet. And I understand that it might feel a little bit thwarted because we can't plan to go to Bosnia or wherever you would like to next in order to take your next trip, in order to have your next adventure. So what can you do in lieu of that? Can you start reading about things? Can you start watching movies? Can you start watching travel logs? What can you do to bring towards you the things that light you up and make you happy? If you're interested in learning things and you're not able to get into a classroom environment, please start looking for instructional videos on things like YouTube. Hey, don't ever forget, cognitive behavioral therapy is about doing things to bring like kind of a mood reset towards you. If you're in a bad energy place, first of all, it's important to process your feelings, but then you're meant to release them. If you've been kind of stuck in a loop, like saying things out loud can be amazingly powerful. Say, I release the wounds of the past, I release the slights of the past, and I move forward in a powerful, strong, and positive energy. And then go do something that backs that up. Whether it's watching a movie, reading a book, calling a friend, take action. That's the Knight of Swords. You're not moving around enough. You're sitting and waiting for life to come to you. And I don't blame you because it is a tough period. But take the actions that you can take within your environment at this particular time to try and bring to you a different result. Start planning for a future. Start envisioning it. That's another thing. Manifestation is a tremendous energy. You trying to make sure that you are balanced is going to be a very important part of this. Peace and stability with the fours, looking for your next opportunity, trying to figure out what it is you would like to do. One of the best things that anyone ever told me about how to change your vibe is to, if you could do anything right now, if like the logistics were not any type of barrier, what would you do? What would it be? What would you do if you could do anything? And if your answer is, I would be a ballerina, and you don't like, you're not able to dance, then that's absolutely fine. But how can you bring performing arts into your world? How can you bring more movement into your world? How can you go towards the thing that first made you think, I would do this? If you think, I would like to be an artist, then start taking some drawing classes. Again, YouTube has everything. There are instructional videos on absolutely everything. Go towards things that will ease that feeling of being thwarted. And you're so frustrated. You're just so frustrated, and you want a new beginning after a difficult season. It looks to me like you have had fluctuating moods, and that you just, like, you really, sometimes you feel like everything's going to be absolutely wonderful, I can't wait, and then it feels like the world is just stalling on absolutely everything, and you feel trapped. You're actually, that Nine of Cups is a great manifesting energy as well. Don't forget to work with manifestation. Today is the day of the new moon. It's actually the new moon in Capricorn. It's a very good time to write down your intentions about what it is you would like to have come to you. And kind of like the sky's the limit on that, but remember, the more complicated the request, the longer it takes for the universe to fulfill it, because all of the things that we're trying to manifest are assembled by what is available to us in reality. And if the thing that, when I asked if you could do anything, if you really thought of something that is quite simply not within the realm of possibility, the thing to do is to concentrate on how to bring more of that joyful thing towards you. Don't forget to plan for the future. Like, I think people have stopped doing that because everything feels so uncertain. Listen, sooner or later everything will straighten out and possibility will be available to us again. This is the way to, like, feel freer in your life is, again, through choices, making the choices to go towards the energy that will simply bring more towards you. You feel very conflicted. Depression, by the way, can come along with a little bit of anxiety and anger as well. Do things that set your mood, set your vibe, and kind of bring towards you the energy that you wish to inhabit. It's kind of aspirational. When you're not, it's that whole fake it till you make it thing, except you're not faking it, you're trying to inhabit it. What else? What kind of energy? What do we have here? Learning about something new. You do well if you feel like you're making a positive difference. It might be time to look into the ways you can be of service to others as well. That is one of the things that will automatically raise your vibe and make you feel better. When you feel like you're making a difference and you're an active participant in this world, it can really, really help. Movement. Hey, that's two of movement. Make sure that you're getting adequate exercise. Sincerely, there's like, I love YouTube because there is something for everybody on YouTube, and there are like walking workouts, there are jogging workouts that you can do on the space of a yoga mat. You do not need to have access to a gym. Compass, magic prayer, that's setting intentions. Movement, you do need to move more. Compass, I think you feel like maybe you've been getting it wrong your whole life, and maybe the problem is you. It's not. The problem is the world overall. We resisted change too long, and so the universe was like, okay, we're going to change everything. You wouldn't do it willingly, so now we're going to make you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. If you're attracted to me as a reader, chances are you're very invested in trying to do the right things. Figure out something that you can do with that to make a difference. Part of what is bothering you is that there's a feeling of futility in your life. Magic prayer is that manifestation. Don't forget, new moon intentions are very important. Strength, and then mountain with wishing well. Okay. All right, so strength is, of course, the ability to overcome. You have been asked to face a great deal. And mountain is when you are faced with an obstacle, instead of trying to climb over it, figure out a way to go around. Wishing well is, again, offering up to the universe your requests and releasing an attachment to the outcome, which means if you say, I want more love in my life, maybe don't attach it only to one specific person. And that does not mean you won't get what you want with that specific person, but rather you are believing and having faith in the universe that it will bring to you something that will fulfill you, even if you haven't envisioned it yet. Before I got on here today, I got a text from my mom, Hannah, who I had given her a reading after one of our lives, and something came up in it that she was like, it's not going to happen that way. And I was like, man, it is. That's what the cards are saying. It happened that way. She had a plan, and there were a bunch of circumstances that made her change it. Be open to that which you have not envisioned. Believe that there is a way for things to work out. Just start believing again. That is one of the things that hope feels perilous in a time like this, but believe that things are going to get better, and that is a big building block in things getting better. Let's see, do we have any romance angels? Is there anything that, because this can be about bringing more love into your life, is there any way that they can work with bringing more love into their life? All right, express your love. Release your ex. This is releasing the past as well. You deserve love and trust. The situation is calling on you to have faith. Have faith that things can change for the better. Don't relinquish faith for safety. It won't make you safer. It will make you less happy. And then express your love is, remember, say positive things both to yourself and to others. If you are speaking affirmations of your existence, I love my dogs, I love my house. There are so many ways in which I'm a very, very blessed person. I'm very aware of it. Release your exes, allow your past to recede into the past after you have taken the lessons from it that will help you go forward. If you've had somewhat suspect taste in partners, figure out why. Why did I keep letting people into my life who they would treat me badly and I would excuse it? Why did I do that? I'm speaking very specifically of my own experience. Why did I keep, I've been thinking about this quite a bit. There were so many red flags with my ex-husband. I shouldn't have married him. I really should not have. If I knew half of what I knew now, I simply, and I'm not talking about the nature of our relationship, I'm talking about emotional health and what constitutes it and what constitutes healthy relationships as well. Learn about emotional and psychological well-being so that you can make better choices in your relationships, and that will bring you more love. If you have had a series of difficult or disappointing circumstances in your life, figure out the ways in which, and this is not about self-blame or self-recrimination, figure out what choices, what caused you to make those choices going forward. I married somebody because part of me wanted security. I do recognize that was a big incentive, and I didn't trust and believe that I would be able to provide my own security at the level that I wanted it. So I do know that was a part of it. Now, I did love my ex-husband dearly, but I also, part of what kept me around through the things that I should have left through was that I wanted a secure experience. So I own that. I own that, and I know now that what I really need to concentrate on to have a better experience is forming my own security and making sure that when I'm looking for a partner, I'm not looking for them to provide anything for me. I can meet my own needs. They come and they add to my life. That's what we're talking about when we say happiness comes from within. Nothing can come to you that will make you happy. And the reason is that anything that can come to you can then leave you. Find the ways to be happy in what is available to you, even if it is, that's a beautiful bird, what a beautiful day. It's I love the smell of the bakery in the morning. Whatever it might be that brings joy and existence into your life, That's the place to start. You will automatically be happier when you look for things to be happy with. And you have them. You have them. If you have food, then enjoy it. If you have a place to sleep, don't forget to enjoy the comfort. If you're able to shower on a regular basis, don't forget. That feels amazing and the bath products smell great, and celebrate your existence and you will start drawing towards you an existence worth celebrating. All right, pile number one, that was your advice. First, tap in. Don't forget to balance the line and release the past in order to have a better future. And releasing isn't saying, hey, what happened to me doesn't matter. No, but rather what happened to me, I recognize as being traumatic and difficult, but also part of a life lesson that I can learn from so that I can have a better experience going forward. Thank you so much for joining me, Power at Pile number one. I hope that you find tremendous happiness, and I hope you find it soon, and I know that it is within your power. If you would like to book me for a private reading, there's going to be an insert in a moment that will give you all the information on how to do that. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a button over there or down below, and I will see you at the next reading. Take care, be well, and be happy. Hello and welcome back. If you chose candle number two, pile number two, then this is your candle, and then this is your reading. Shout out to Insurance Agent John. Here we go. I'm going to fire this bad boy up, and I'll tell you what is on your spell plate. This is a happiness and positivity spell that I do for people sometimes, usually just for friends. When something's gone wrong in their life, I sometimes will show, happier energy at people. It's one of the benefits of being friends with a witch, I guess. All right, let's talk about what your candle is anointed with first, and that is Joy Gem Elixir. We're trying to increase happiness, positivity, and find the ways that you can have a happier existence no matter what is in it right now, and no matter what you're hoping for. Let's find the ways to be happier in the here and now, and that will bring more happiness to you in the future. And Joy Elixir, I'm all giddy because this has been all over me all day. Joy Gem Elixir is to help increase your joy. And then underneath there is white rice that has been treated with Blessed, Empowered, and Activated with 3 conjure oils. One is Peace Water, one is Double Quick, and then the other is Come to Me oil. So this is about increasing joy and bringing it to you more quickly, and then also with a sense of peace. Prosperity is increased by rice. A lot of forms of folk magic and hoodoo magic use either love rice or money rice, and then this is simply positivity rice. I don't know many people who make it, but I do healing magic, and so it is prospering. It makes things grow. As there are many grains of rice, there will be a multitude and an increase whenever you're using rice and magic. I also have the orange roses, which is about passion and drive and excitement. That is your sacral chakra color. And then we have the yellow daisies, which gold attracts, yellow attracts. Daisies are all about the sun and positivity. That is inspired by the Sun Tarot card. And then I also have some yellow carnations because in hoodoo and folk magic, carnations are the power flower and they add more might. Your candles are pink because pink is the innocent form of love. It is friendship. It is compassion. It is just that friendly quality that comes with a love that does not contain demand. That is your candle. Let's get going on your oracle cards and see what they have to say about how you can have more happiness in your life. Listening. If you want to be heard, learn to listen. Okay, that could be about tapping into your guides, but it could also be about heeding the advice that you have been being given. Half the time our guides are speaking to us through other people, by the way. We are sent to places to hear things sometimes, friends. All the love your light extends, its reflection is shown in chosen friends. Finding a tribe is one of the hardest things to do. If you are interested in a particular area of life, join interest groups that will have part of that. I know we can't go out and do much. This is a timeless reading. Sooner or later, we'll be able to take classes and go towards groups again. But in the meantime, go towards the areas of places like TikTok. There's Witch Talk over there. There's all kinds of different interest groups forming on the internet. Interact with the people who have the same interests as you. Talk to each other in the comment sections of videos that you watch. Comment on other people's comments. Start reaching out and bringing more people to you. And then also remember that if you have affinity for something, if you're really interested in, I don't know, biochemistry, start going to forums and interacting there as well. When we're able to move around more, go towards interest groups and activities that involve something that you're interested in, and you will already have people who have something in common with you nearby. And don't forget to be the person who reaches out. I'm an introvert. It is not my nature to reach out to people, but I have to remind myself sometimes all my friends are introverts as well. And so I will make sure that I try and have a balanced approach with that. Sometimes, like, my friends are hitting me up in the morning, or I'm hitting them up. Hey, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. Make sure that you're doing that. At my bank, the bank manager was talking to me about his son and saying that his son was having trouble making friends. And he said just the funniest thing. He said, and I told him, if you want to have a friend, you have to be a friend. He's not wrong. If you want to have friends, start out by being friendly. I have optimism. Believing that things can get better is like half the battle in them getting better. With fear, don't be held back by, we have this like self-punishing, doubting narrative that runs in our head. Overcome it. Remember, you've gotten this far in life. You have a really good ally. You have you. Let's go with imagine. Ooh, I like that too. And why. Okay, why and then imagine is how we're going to do that. Why can be, if you go over kind of the wounds of the past constantly, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Hey, just work from the point of everything that happens to us is about learning something from it. Now, some people will say there is no good or bad, there are only experiences and lessons. I do not agree with that. Clearly, we have experiences that register as bad. Clearly, we have experiences that register as good. Is there a lesson to be learned in both of those? 100%. But never think that your pain does not matter. It does matter. But people cling to it sometimes for too long because they're waiting for somebody to tell them, no, it really, like, what happened to you is unfair. And I'm really sorry it happened. But it doesn't, and at that point, that's when being validated from within can help as well in releasing the past. Your pain matters. Your pain matters, but try to heal it so that you can feel better because you deserve to feel better. Imagine and envision the ways in which that would happen. What does your better life look like? Does it have more friends in it? Does it have more money? Does it have a different location? Does it have a different job? What would the steps be to take towards going towards that? Do you need a different education? Do you need to start reaching out for a different job? Do you need to start reaching out for people who you have affinity with? And if you don't like being around people, that's fine. Find the ways in which you can interact that feels good to you. I'm flinging cards all over the place here. All right, let's get going with the mystical moments is lullaby. Gosh, music is so important to setting a vibe. Don't forget to, and my house is almost always like very, very still. I do so much magic here. I don't play a lot of things other than manifestation tones sometimes. I will listen to music on headphones though, so that I kind of am walking around in my own bubble. Music is very important. Choose the vibe that you want to inhabit. If you want to be happy, listen to happy music. Listen to something that will make your vibe higher and happier. And the energy that you're in is the energy that you'll attract. Do your best to go towards positivity, and that's optimism as well. Don't be afraid of what is to come. You can meet the challenge. And then I also have inspiration. Good. That is imagine and inspiration. Creativity is being stressed here. Don't forget to write down your thoughts about what you would like to have happen, what you would like to have in your life. If you like to draw, draw. If you like to paint, paint. If you like to dance, dance. Inspiration and imagine, remember, create that energetic vibe and more will come to you. And I know we're a little thwarted right now, but we're not completely thwarted. Find the way to inhabit the vibration and the energy that you want to have going forward. Imagine and also inspiration. Look around you. Really start. What I tell clients sometimes is pretend that you're 9. We didn't overcomplicate things when we were kids. We just knew what we liked and what we didn't, what we were interested in. What lit you up like a Christmas tree when you were 9 years old? I loved science fiction. I'm always telling people that. Earlier this year or last year, when I was having a lot of problems with depression, I just started watching science fiction shows again. There was new science fiction out there. I was like, I might as well. And sometimes I can only watch it for 5 minutes at a time because there is a focus problem with depression. But I would do that. And even if it took me a week to watch an hour-long episode, eventually I started gaining momentum. Go towards the change that you want in your life. Go towards interest. If you are dissatisfied with life, find things that are satisfying to you, and it will immediately start changing the energy, and how you're viewing your life is a big part of it. I also have joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. That is exactly what I was just talking about. I have ostrich. Magic remains even while you ground yourself and be practical. Hey, grounding is the biggest and best activity for anything. First of all, fear and anxiety kind of reside in your root chakra, so always do a lot of work on that to ground it, to clear it, and then remember to balance your chakras. Balanced energy immediately has more possibilities in it. Grounding is very good for imagining inspiration and also for manifestation. I have thriving. Okay. And then I also have moderation. I knew that was what that was going to be about. Make sure you're taking care of your physical health. Hydrate well, eat properly, and try to get enough sleep and try to get enough exercise. There is a point in it you will feel better. And it's not that hard to eat well. It genuinely isn't. Like, remember, frozen vegetables are not from the devil, by the way. Like, since I'm single, like, I have to buy a lot of foods frozen because I don't want to have to run to the grocery store every 5 seconds. So I only need a small amount of things. And I do have a ton of frozen vegetables that I add to things to try and make sure that I'm getting enough vegetables. And that is, just kind of be a big mom to yourself. It's helpful. Let's go for your predictive spread here. This is the Crystal Tower bringing us our predictive spread. All right, let's see. What have we got for this group? What have we got for this group? What can they do to be happier? There we go. I have judgment in the upright. Finding a purpose is important as well. 6 of Pentacles, that is that balancing energy. I have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Boy, that is about fighting depression. Ace of Wands in reverse. Remember, depression and unfortunately feelings of frustration and anger can go hand in hand. If your mood's just been off forever, you might be depressed. One of the things that can help with that is there's like no shame whatsoever in medications. If you're in a state where cannabis is legal, it can be helpful for depression. But remember, movement and then a balanced diet helps so much. Sincerely, half the time when we've got a headache, drink a glass of water, you'll feel better. Find the ways to be healthier and you will start feeling happier. I have the Star in the upright, positivity and hope. Also, that is discernment with the 7 of Wands in reverse. Oh, that's knowing when you need to give up on something. Let's find out. Moderation as well. I probably don't need to say this yet another time, but remember, there are certain things that we do that are escapists that are actually depressants. So if you are struggling with positivity, happiness, and hope, drinking is not a good bet. Alcohol is a depressant. Go towards things that will raise your vibe, not lower it. Okay, I have the 8 of Wands in reverse. I have the 8 of Cups in the upright. Whoa, back to back. Here we go. 5 of Cups in the upright. I'm sorry, in reverse. 7 of Swords in the upright. Too much isolation. Page of Pentacles in reverse with the 10 of Pentacles in the upright as well. Okay. This is also, remember, you're in a far more... It's about anxiety this time. Okay, remember, chances are good that you're in a more secure energy than you realize. If you're watching this, if you have time to watch this, if you have interest in it, then maybe things are a little bit better than you're kind of giving them credit for being. And that is not in any way scolding, shaming, or being like, oh, count your blessings. That is not what that means. Counting your blessings is about kind of taking inventory for what is good so that you can simply feel better. You can simply feel better in the time and the place. For instance, wow, does this office smell so good right now? Because all of these things smell delightful. They really, really do. They smell, particularly that peace water is amazing. That's from Conjured Cardia. There we go. And you can anoint candles with it. King of Wands in reverse. Impatience, all right. And then I have the Chariot in reverse with the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay. Huh. The Devil in the upright, the Moon in the upright, the Seven of Cups in the upright. Again, be careful with drinking. The Devil in the upright is kind of, it's a relationship to a person, place, or thing that isn't serving you. Meaning it may be things that you're engaging in that aren't helpful. But also the meaning of this is today is the new moon in Capricorn. This is what this means. This is reflecting a bunch of spell work for me. But it's, anybody can set their intentions. That's the Seven of Cups in the upright. I get it for spell work all the time. It's also for manifesting work. This is having a menu of choice and needing to be careful with them, but it is also being able to, this person is usually shown envisioning things in front of them and needing to make a choice. Envision what you want to have come to you. I have the Sun in reverse. There's a depressive energy here. The Wheel of Fortune in the upright, the Lovers in reverse. Okay, all right. Okay. All right, so this is going to be not one of the more popular moments in the video, but let me talk to you a little bit about the Tower in the upright, and then the, can I get one more card on that? That was weird. I pulled out 3 cards and I didn't need 3 more cards, and they were very conflicting. Like it was the end of poverty is one of the things that came out. I have the Six of Cups in the upright as well with the Page of Wands in the upright. Okay, listen. Let's talk a little bit about the worth of relationships in a life. A lot of times people who are not, they'll come to me for a reading because they want to know what great thing is going to happen, because they're kind of down in the dumps, and I don't blame them. And a lot of the times they're asking about, when will I meet somebody? When will somebody come back to me? Listen, it is fine to have joy in another person's company. It is fine to think, I would like more romance. I would like more companionship, and I'd like to have some sex. It is 100% fine to do all of that. Nobody is telling you that you are wrong to want a person or a relationship. But it can't make you happy. It can add to your existing happiness, and that's what relationships do. And what you're asked to be doing here is the Lovers in reverse is a card of choice, but also of wholeness within. Remember, you are enough as you are. If you cannot be happy by yourself, you will never be happy long-term with another person. You just won't. It's happiness has to start from a place within where you view your life with positivity and hope. And if you're like throwing stuff at me going, lady, you don't know what my life is like, I completely understand. I genuinely do, and I am not scolding you. But what I am saying is, try to find the ways to be happy with just you, because that means that no one will ever have too much power over you, that your happiness cannot go away. Anything that comes to you that can make you happy can then leave you. And that is why it's very important to find your happiness within. A lot of the times I'm telling people, you're being asked to spend some time by yourself. And it is not that you're being sent to like an island of solitude, go be Robinson Crusoe until you're a perfect person, but rather, what you're being asked to do is to find a way to be happy, even though you don't have the relationship or the person or the job or the experience that you want. Find something to be happy with. Tend that, let it grow, and try to be hopeful about what is coming to you, but also understand that nothing can come to you that will truly change your world unless you start with changing within. That's what changes your world more than anything that can happen. Now you do have a Tower moment up there with that looks like a soulmate as well, a relationship, a past life relationship, and there's action being taken on it. So one of the things that you're being asked to do to increase your happiness is to quite simply release the idea that you need another person to make you happy. Just put it on a shelf for a moment and say, okay, and I tell this to clients all the time again, pretend you're 9. When you were 9, you knew it was not the time for a relationship. It was in a someday position, but it didn't make you unhappy. Like you didn't spend all the time that when you were 9 years old saying, I just want my person. You did your stuff, knowing that it quite simply wasn't. It'll come when I'm older, when I'm wiser, when I have more experience, when the time is right, I will have that relationship. That is the way to, and it has nothing to do with the passage of time. It's the energy you're inhabiting to try and find happiness. So, Judgment in the upright is meaning, purpose. If you are struggling with happiness, if you're struggling with feeling like there is a point to this all, whoa, did I just get a ring? Find something that has meaning to you. It can be a volunteer opportunity. It can be helping others. Usually it's best to do it in a structured relationship, usually through volunteering or some type of job that you enjoy doing versus trying to help all of your friends and solve all their problems, because if you're watching me, you're likely an empath. We are very prone to non-reciprocal relationships, which isn't saying that people always take advantage of us, just that we're good givers and we're bad receivers. The first thing to do with starting to find the way to be happier is, what would you like to receive from the universe to make you happier? And all I'm asking is, please don't make it another human being. Please don't. That is perilous. That puts too much power for your personal happiness in the hands of somebody who can, they have their own stuff. They have their own journey. This is a great big university and we are here to learn. So what is it? Is it the type of job you're doing? Is it the type of education that you have? Is it your environment? Would you like to, like, if you're very unhappy in your home right now, this is going to be one of the weirder things to advise. Try cleaning. When you're living in an ordered space, your life just feels better. Take care of the environment around you and you will feel better in your environment. When you feel better in your environment, you will feel better as yourself. And then start envisioning if I could not have a relationship, and don't fall down into the energy of grief and sobbing and why. Instead, imagine the ways in which, okay, if that was just not something that was going to happen, like I was 9, like I had 4 or 5 years before it was like even a possibility that I'd start having crushes on people. What did I do that made me happy? What was I intrigued by? Was it fashion? Was it, beauty? Was it music? Was it dance? What was it? Find the thing that before you had a notion that there was something, an accessory to your life that would constitute your personal happiness. What did you go towards? Was it reading? Was it art? Was it music? These are all things. Find the things that enrich your personal experience, and you will have a better and happier experience. 8 of Wands in reverse is, again, this is like blocked progress on something, but it comes out with the 8 of Cups in the upright. That's the infinity sign. That is also one of the things that has to do with life's purpose. It's also one of the energies of magic. Remember, if you can find a way to be happy, more things will come to you that will make you happy. If you're very focused on how unhappy you are because you don't have this, you don't have that, and you don't have the other thing, that is called a lack mentality, which means that you are defining your existence by what it lacks rather than what it has. And it means that like energy attracts like energy. Try to celebrate what you do have and try to, again, just pretend for a moment that like time isn't passing and you're not concerned about it as much. If you could do anything and you weren't worried about that relationship, if you could do anything right now to make yourself happy, what would it be? Answer that question and you will start answering your bigger questions. All right, we have the 5 of Cups in reverse, which is, again, taking stock of your situation in order to find that which is positive. I have the 7 of Swords in the upright, which is that isolation. Like, it's also a temporary situation, so please remember that. We are a little bit thwarted and a little bit blocked. It is fine, though, to start planning about what you would like to have more of. Like, if you're like, hey, I can't travel, I can't do anything that like costs a lot of money, could you plant flowers in a flower box on your apartment balcony? Start planning for positive things because it starts opening your mind up. Start thinking expansive thoughts about more coming to you and what you would like to do. And by the way, don't forget, if you want something to change, change something. And that does not mean it's all up to you. What I mean is, don't do everything in such a pattern that you kind of wear a groove into the universe. Try to change it up a little bit. Have something different for breakfast. Go someplace different for lunch. Take a different path on your walk. Or set out with the intention to notice, I'm going to look at all the lawn decorations today. I'm going to look at all the trees today. I'm going to count how many birds I see. Something that will change your experience will start inviting change towards you. You need to learn how to relax and let things happen. This is a very stressed out energy. Patience is difficult. It means that if you're not satisfied right now, of course you want to get to the moment where you will be. But again, take it off the table. All you have is the here and now, and nothing is guaranteed. If the last year and a half or so has taught us anything, nothing is guaranteed. So enjoy what you have available to you right now. In the here and now, what is positive? That's the thing to really start focusing in on. And do, when the new moon runs around, and by the way, you can Google, there's phone apps, all the things that can tell you about the moon cycles. New moons are for setting intentions, full moons are for releasing. And if you've got a bunch of past work that you need to release, then on the full moon, write down, I release my anger, I release my grief, I release my trauma, and you burn it in the flame of an intention candle and let the ashes go in the wind. It's symbolic, but it also starts achieving things. And does it only take one cycle? No, sometimes it takes more than one if you're dealing with a lot. For a while, and by a while I mean close to a year, oh my God, did the full moon suck for me. It was really, really hard. I mean, it genuinely was. It was like a lot of emotional processing and purging of grief and sadness and pain and trauma. And it was really quite bad, but then it kept getting better and it kept getting better. And now the moon cycles don't affect me negatively. So do the work that is available to you with the natural forces and the natural cycles that will aid you in that. And this is very much the new moon in Capricorn and the manifestation work that you can do on it. Envision the world that you want, and I'm asking you, when I say discount the idea of a person, I'm not saying you're not going to have a person. What I'm saying is don't focus on that part. Just tell yourself that the love of your life is in the bedroom and waiting for you to get in there, and that's a given. What else makes up your happy existence? That's imagine as well. What else is there? Because we can't focus all of our love, all of our attention on a person. It becomes codependency too easily. Codependency is toxic and it poisons almost everything it touches. So that's an important part of find the things that will make you happy. Envision it, dream it to achieve it. Write it down in order to help start manifesting it. And again, invest belief. Remember, fixation is not a good idea either. I was talking to a client the other day who, I asked, what do you do for fun? And the client said, I watch these readings on YouTube that were very relationship focused. And in order to start breaking that pattern, because again, fixation is it's not manifestation. If anything, it creates an energy blockage. It really is. So if you're very interested in a person coming back to you or a relationship, get your information and then go about your life. So when you get home at night, when your work day is done, find something that is of interest to you. And what I told my client was if you really can't just stop watching those readings, watch a reading and then do 2 or 3 other interesting things that have nothing to do with that area of your life. Find balance. Find balance. What is this? You have it looks to me, group number 2, like you do have a relationship status change in a good way. It does also look as if you have more ideas than you believe about how to change your life in a positive manner in other areas. There are things that you used to daydream about doing, particularly when you were 13 and 14 years old and you didn't understand that hey, there are limitations. Go back to that energy. Go back to that energy and find, if you're going to go and ruminate on the past, find the things that made you happy and ask yourself why. And I'm begging you, don't make it about this other person was with me and they were making me happy. They never were making you happy. The feeling always came from within. You were reacting to a situation with happiness. Nobody ever creates a feeling in you. You react with a feeling. That's the difference. Find the things that made you happy to be happier. And you do. All right, group number 2. We're not gonna belabor this too much longer, but I'm gonna grab some oracle cards just in case to see if there's any advice from the enchanted map. Do I need more advice? And then I'll also grab some romance angels just in case. Here we go. Because you do have some kind of status change in, yep, 6 of Cups. That is a past relationship. That is my favorite soulmate card. It is a past life relationship. Okay, can I get some more, please? Is there any more advice for group number 2? Group number 2. Okay. I have flying, a greater perspective. Again, don't focus so much on, I don't have what I want right now. Don't, like, go back. Take a bigger picture on your life. Look for, what was I happy about 2 years ago? One of the things that I had to do in recovering from, as I'm always saying on this channel, I was in an abusive relationship for 20 years and I was the person being emotionally abused, and it got worse and worse, and I allowed it to continue because I wouldn't leave the relationship. I couldn't envision the world in which, like, I wasn't in that relationship, and I did eventually leave. I did eventually make myself leave when it got too bad for me to bear any longer. But for a while after that, I viewed those last 20 years as being like an utter failure because I'd allowed myself to be abused on an increasing level. Recently, I've realized I actually had a really happy life. I spent a lot of time alone. I had a lot of interests. I had a lot of pursuits. I lived in beautiful places, and that's the greater perspective. Remember, even if you've got pain in the past, there were still things that made you happy. Try and take a greater perspective on your experience in the past, and it will give you a greater perspective on your experience in the present. I have come together. Yeah, you've got some in metamorphosis with education. Okay, learning more about, one of the things that can also help is quite simply learning, if you've had a traumatic experience, it can be very helpful to learn about the ways in which that might manifest in your life. If you, for instance, have PTSD from a traumatic event, there are things that people do when they are truly triggered versus upset by something that they're reading online. When they're truly triggered into, like, the emotion of the past and feeling traumatized, then basically that is the energy that is coming to them. Like, that is from their emotional memory. Understanding that that is just a function of PTSD and perfectly normal is one of the things that can take kind of the bullets out of the trigger gun. Like, oh my gosh, I'm triggered. And it is because once you understand what constitutes a trigger, it's much easier to dismantle it. Understanding yourself, no matter what is going on with you, is one of the things that can truly help. If you're the child of an alcoholic, start reading up on what that does to people, to people's emotional development, to their attachment styles. Learn about your origin story from a more clinical standpoint, and it is not so that you can, like, say, I'm so broken, I'm so sick, but rather, if you understand the mechanics and the what went into making you, again, much easier to dismantle the bad things about it. Keep an open mind. All right. Give your relationship a chance. Here's the thing, group number 2. You have a relationship. It is likely you might be the twin flame group. We have twin flames around here. All right. Love yourself first. That is the key to getting your person to come back to you, is being happy within your own energy and doing your own work. This is the twin flame group, and it does look like there is something coming up with that. I had a Tower, I had a 6 of Cups, and I had a Page of Wands. Once you do your work, once you find the way to be whole within, happy within, have your own life, have your own passions, have your own pursuits, and have your own purpose, and that's not as big a list as it sounds like. You don't have to accomplish everything. You just have to be heading towards it and willing to continue no matter who joins you in that life. Okay, group number 2. That was a lot of advice about learning more about what went into making you, among other things, envisioning what will come to you to make you happy as well. Hey, if you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to the website in my description box down below, and there's an insert in a moment with all the ways to contact me. I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. There's a subscription button over there. Please hit it. Don't forget, it does help my channel. It is one of the things that allows me to do this. I haven't been able to do as many videos, quite simply because I have to focus focus my energies in other areas. So if you can help out the channel by subscribing and hitting the thumbs up button, that's very helpful as well. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 3, pile number 3, then this is your candle. This is your reading. That is our shout out to insurance agent John. All right, here we go. Ooh, that candle just moved the title a bit. It means it's not anchored well. I'll have to be careful with it. Okay, we have a group of oracle cards. We have the Muse Tarot bringing you the predictive spread. I'm sliding this very gently because it did move when I touched it with the match. What is on your candle is, first of all of the candles are pink, which is that loving, kind, friendly, and compassionate, joyful love that can come to us. And by the way, even great romances need friendship in them. Friends make the best lovers, basically. If you have, that doesn't mean go out and have sex with all of your friends. But what it does mean is that it is helpful to view the person you're very passionate about as somebody that you're a good friend with as well. We have Joy, Gem Elixir, anointed all of those candles first. And then underneath the flowers on this is white rice that has been mixed with Conjured Cardia's Peace Water and Double Fast Oil, as well as Come to Me. Rice makes things prosper. This is a happiness and positivity spell. I do it for friends sometimes when they're feeling a little bit bummed. I will send stuff at them, and that's what this does. It is increasing happiness and positive energy. It is the orange roses are about passion, drive, interest, creativity, and then the daisies that's from the Sun card in a lot of incarnations. That is all things, that's good vibes, that's positivity, that is hope. And then yellow helps attract things, and then all of the candles also have yellow carnations, because carnations add might and oomph to any type of folk magic or hoodoo magic. They are the power flower. Out of chaos comes creation. Great. I really like this. People see the tower and they're like, ugh. Remember, it's clearing the ground for something important. Change brings us something, changes the way things get better. If you've had, well, I don't even say if you've had, this is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this in the here and now, we've had a lot of changes. They are making a new space for new things that we can make better. Changes the way things get better. I have a release. Sometimes the only thing to do is laugh or cry. It's up to you. Remember, the way you view the past is absolutely within your control. Even if terrible things have happened to you, you can look at it from, it helped me understand myself, it helped me learn that I'm a survivor and I can overcome anything. That is one of the ways too, because on different videos, I've shared that I had a really, really traumatic past. And it built me into somebody who is very, very strong. I don't celebrate the trauma, but I do celebrate the ways in which I overcame and I became stronger. That is a choice. Release a negative view of the past and yourself in it. Release a negative view of the present and yourself in it. And release a negative view of the future and what you see yourself in it. And instead go towards, if you're in the here and now, think about how strong you've had to be no matter what you've had to overcome. Remember, you are a resilient and courageous ally. Release the idea that bad things happen to you because you were somehow afflicted. We are here to learn things, and you are a warrior. Don't forget it. I have intuitions and manifestation. Everybody in my group has a tendency to be like an empath. Some of us can do magic. A lot of us are psychic. Intuition and manifestation. What you see is what comes to you, but also what you are envisioning. Everybody's a little bit psychic, but you can lean into it, balance your chakras, and then work on your third eye. The things that you see are the things that are possible for you. I have Ascended Masters. Don't forget to tap into your guides, to ask for guidance. And if you're disappointed in the here and now, sometimes we start blocking out messages. Happy, lovely. With exchanging gifts. Don't forget, exchanging gifts doesn't have to be about monetary things or material things, but what it is about is you come here with gifts. You come here with attributes. Assess yourself. You're good at things. Don't forget that you are. And happy is, again, finding the things to be happy about in any given time or place, and that's resetting your vibe. I also have, Lorelei. This is very interesting. This is actually I haven't gotten this card in kind of a while. This is about a young woman who is part mermaid, a little bit of a fish out of water, a unique individual, somebody who has their very own gifts. Don't forget, you were made the way you were, and the things happen to you because you have a unique and individual path. Nothing that you have. Now, sometimes we linger in energies for too long. Not everything is for our highest good, but if you've had something of a rough ride, remember, we know a lot about what's going to happen in our existences before we inhabit them. You chose it for a reason. What are you trying to learn from your life? What are you trying to learn from your life? And of course, our reality is constructed by our choices, and some things are fateful, and then some things can be changed. There are things that have to happen in your life, but the majority of things are made from our choices. So as you hit those mile markers, those fateful occurrences, the time in between is very much up to you and in your power. I have thoughtfulness. Again, that is one of the things about assessing a situation for what is positive, assessing yourself for what you've done right, assessing the past, even if it contains horrific wounds. Assess the ways in which you overcame and continue going forward and what you learned about yourself. That's thoughtfulness as well. I have grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. And by the way, if you've had a bunch of things in your past and you are now talking about them, remember you got through them. Try to be grateful for that part. And I am not scolding you because I have to struggle with this all the time as well. Gratitude is not about shut up, count your blessings. It is about if you live in an energy that celebrates your existence will become more celebratory and more joy will come to you. I have Blackbird. Open to psychic awareness to recognize portents of the future. That is multiple cards of working on your third eye and trying to tap into your guides. Every single morning, I bless, empower, and activate brioche normally to feed to the birds, to the crows, to the spirits of air to allow my magic to manifest in this realm. And then I ask for very specific things. Your right hand, by the way, is usually your dominant hand, is the thing that empowers and activates, and you just hold your hand over it and kind of vibe the energy into something. So I chop up bread and I give it to the birds, to the crows, to the spirits of air. And they are one of the things that are supposed to help me with my visions. I have flow. Be a part of the universe as well. Precious time, and that is not wasting others' time as well and not wasting yours. Don't get caught in an energy of nothing good ever happens. And even if it feels that way, understand that like kind of belaboring that point won't change anything. It won't help. So spend your time positively impacting your reality as much as you can. Set your vibe. The vibration you live in is going to attract the energies that are about that energy. And sometimes we have people around us that like sabotage our vibe. As I've said before, I had an emotionally abusive husband who would punish me if I was happy. Like he would get angry with me and like sabotage it. And he was deeply manipulative. And so he would do these things to try and dissuade me from happiness. If you've got that going on, remember, recognize it as an abusive technique and just be happy anyway. Don't give other people the power over you that they are seeking to have. And then also remember that you have a lot of power over how you're viewing things. If you don't like something in your life, set about changing it. That's the only way for things to get better. Be happy with the idea that things are meant to change. Too often people are talking about, I like things the way they are. Why? Are they perfect? Allow things to change so that they can get better. All right, I have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. You might be trying to do too much at once. Sometimes people will get very frustrated that they're not making the progress that they want. It's because they won't commit to just doing one thing at a time. Like if you're trying to open your psychic eye, concentrate on opening your psychic eye. Don't do 5 different, forms of like, and I'm trying to manifest, I'm trying to do magic, I'm trying to do this. Focus. You have a lot of power. I have the Four of Wands in the upright. That is spirit guide messages. You are really being asked to tap into your guides. With the Eight of Wands in the upright, because apparently they really want to talk to you. The Sun in the upright in the recent past. This is when I was saying that the spell plates were inspired by the Sun card. It's that Sun card. I have the Ten of Wands in the upright. You're pushing too hard on something with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and you are not balanced. You need to balance your chakras. You need to balance your chakras. You have great gifts. you're only slightly out of balance. In fact, it kind of looks like you do your gratitude work. You do your gratitude work. You don't have good work-life balance. I have the King of Swords in the upright, Muse of Swords, Muse of Voices in the upright, that's the King of Swords, Six of Swords in the upright. I have the Eight of Cups in reverse. I have the Page of Cups in reverse. I have the Knight of Wands in the upright. I have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Boy, you're not happy with your progress. You're just not happy with your progress on something. Please remember that the world is this way for everybody. It's not like you're not being uniquely punished. Everybody's got a giant, ridiculous energy blockage around them. All we can do is continue to plan. Ace of Pentacles in the upright with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, with the Page of Wands in the upright. Find things to do that are interesting to you. I have the King of Wands in the upright as well. It's Muse of Inspiration. In this particular deck, it's inspiration and voices and emotions and materials is what they function with. I have the Death card in reverse. I'm sorry, in the upright. That's Metamorphosis, Change. Can be. Okay. I have the Five of Pentacles in the upright with the Nine of Swords in reverse. You're concerned about money kind of a lot. Let's see if you need to be. All right. With the Hanged Muse, the Three of Pentacles in reverse. I have the King of Pentacles in the upright and the Fool in the upright. I would like one more. A New Beginning. Oh, okay. Okay. I have Ten of Cups in reverse with the Two of Cups in reverse. And I just want one more. Patience. Okay. Healing. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about this. So, first of all, your impatience is really the thing that's causing more anxiety than anything. In order to kind of release the feeling that nothing is ever going to change, understand that you're clock watching a little bit. Like you genuinely are. And this is not a criticism, but like this has happened to me before. Like I'll talk to somebody about like, hey, you're being asked to do this, you're being asked to do that. They'll come back to me 2 or 3 weeks later and be like, I did it. Put a little more time. Like there's no end date on like if you're being asked to be more independent and have more interest in life, then that is not like a task to accomplish so that you can then come back and fixate on the thing that you were asking about. Like in this case, it looks like material success. You are being asked to have a more balanced experience in this life. You're very, very focused on your security, and that's okay. It genuinely is okay, but your security is actually going to be fine. You are protected by ascended masters. You have tremendous gifts, and you have tremendous capability, meaning that like if you are given a task, you get it done. Here is the thing. You are not actually allowing yourself simply to find the ways to be happy. And I'm not trying to scold you on any level whatsoever, but you're not actually giving yourself time to enjoy life. And you keep telling yourself that it's about, you need to make money, you need to make money, you need to find the things that will make you secure. Listen, you're very, very diligent. Please stop worrying so much about that. Spend some more time. You're being asked to spend some time energetically balancing. You're being asked to try and tap into your guides more. If you don't do that well when you're awake because you're very goal and task oriented, start listening to guided meditations as you go to sleep. And what can you do to be happier? Try watching a movie. Like you're not doing anything diverting. You're not doing anything fun. You're just constantly watching the world, seeing when the things that you want to come to you can come to you. You feel super thwarted and everything's delayed, and your spirit guides are trying so hard to talk to you, saying, first of all, you are succeeding. You are succeeding. Everything is going to be fine. You are incredibly, you work a little bit too hard, but you are spending too much time focusing on trying to make a change rather than trying to enjoy your life. So kind of like take that pause, take that time for reflection, thoughtfulness. Out of chaos comes creation, release. You want something to be, you're not going with the flow of things. The ways in which you are resisting your own happiness is that you keep assigning it to when I have this happen or I have that happen, and it doesn't appear to be much of anything to do with a relationship. You would like a relationship, you might already be in one. It's mostly, it looks like about your earthly stability and your earthly security. You have a team, and if you look back at your life, your team has been there your whole time. Like things are, you may not live an opulent life, but you live one where like things that you enjoy come to you and are provided for you through your own efforts. Can you try and trust in that just a little bit more and start finding the ways in which the Page of Wands, the Page of Inspiration in the upright, you can spark an interest in your existence. Read some books, watch some movies, make sure that you're thinking about things you'd like to do in the future. And you don't think about the things you'd like to do for fun, you think about the things you'd like to do in terms of your responsibilities and your security. I'm only laughing because maybe you're an earth sign too. We're very, very prone to that. You are a little out of balance. If you have to, because you're very goal-oriented, if you have to, start making a checklist of, I will contact 2 friends today. I will follow up on finding a movie to watch. I won't just sit on the Netflix home screen for an hour and then like go and do something else as I flip through things and secretly think about all the things that you're treating your life like a chore. You're treating your life like a chore, so it feels like a chore. That's what this is stressing here. You feel like you're not making progress on something because everything about for you is fulfilling a responsibility. You're just being asked to stop and celebrate whatever it is you're doing for the quality that it contains that is positive. And I am so guilty of this in a particular area of my life. I'm going to go into what I do. It might be a little bit obvious that I am not like, I'm not a foodie. I sometimes resent the fact that it's like, oh Lord, I have to eat before I can do that so that I like don't pass out from low blood sugar. And I can really resent it, and I'm like trying to swallow things whole so that I can get on to my next task. I wonder if this is my pile. Because sincerely, I'm very pressed for time a lot, and I don't enjoy a lot of the things that are enjoyable in life. Like I frequently will catch myself, I live in a beautiful area of the world and I live in a beautiful neighborhood. Every day I walk my dogs. And I can treat it like oh God, I have to go walk the dogs. I love my dogs. Everybody who watches this channel knows that I love my dogs. But sometimes the, unvarying quality of 7 days a week, every day of the month, every day of the year, they have to be walked. I can treat it like a chore. Make an effort to, even if it's something that you're doing because it's a responsibility, to find the things that are fun in it. Find enjoyment again, even in your responsibilities. You are very, very responsible, but you're treating your life like it is a chore. I'm going to go to the energy oracle for this one. Is there anything else that we can have here? The ways you can be happier is to simply remember your impatience is not actually getting you anywhere more quickly. It's not. You're very hurried a lot of the time because you have this giant task list. Here's the funny thing, like you would never be this much of a taskmaster to somebody else. Treat yourself more kindly. Treat yourself like, I deserve to go and get a donut. I deserve to. Remember, if you want to have an enjoyable life, start by trying to enjoy the life that you have. Seriously, a lot of things that are delightful, you're just trying to get over with so that you can get on to your next responsibility. And I think it's partially because you kind of have it in your head that if you are able to accomplish a whole bunch of things, I have the Angel of Strength, Storm Warning, let's not leave it there. This might be, oh, the Angel of Love with Happy Family. Okay, well, that's very, very positive indeed. This Angel of Strength is about overcoming with compassion. In this particular instance, it's not about compassion for somebody else. It's about compassion for yourself. And that's not self-pity. Like, you have a horror of self-pity. Like, it's something that, like, you don't want people to feel sorry for you. And you're very hard on yourself if you think you're being sorry for yourself. Have compassion for yourself as a feeling being. It has nothing to do with enumerating the wounds of the past. You're not bad about that. You're just not. You actually are very resilient and determined, and you have a tendency to just keep going forward, never looking back, because it's like something's pursuing you. That's what you're treating your life like. Like, it is something that it's almost like you want to get to the finish line on everything, and it's not so you can be like, yeah, time to party, happy. Well, then you look for the next finish line. Try to breathe deep, like right this very second, relax. What good is going on right now? Have compassion for yourself. First of all, you try really, really hard. Have compassion for how much effort that you put into things, and be as kind to yourself as you are to other people. You're thoughtful and considerate of other people. Be thoughtful and considerate about yourself. Like, you treat yourself like you matter less. You matter. That's how to be happier. Today, stop and write down 4 things about why you matter as a person. Are you kind? Are you generous? What do you admire about yourself? And look at that list, and then look at the past week and ask yourself, how much have I honored this good person in what I've done? How much am I honoring my existence? If you want to be happier going forward, find the things to be happy about in this moment. And it can be about, like, if you're me, not swallowing my food whole like it's a chore to have to eat. There's some people who don't have food. I really, really shouldn't do that. I shouldn't treat it like it's a chore. I do, because I frequently have a little bit too much to do. And do I really have a little bit too much to do? At this present time, yes. But I should relax more. I should relax more. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Retreat, time apart from, it's time to disconnect from the world. Codependency. Children, you've got like stuff to work through. Playfulness. Enjoyment, enjoying the holiday time. This has almost nothing to do with relationships this time. You have something coming up. That was up there as well. You do have changes coming to you as soon as you're able to change your circumstances. You've wondered what the holdup is. You've wondered what the holdup is because you feel like you were promised a bunch of things. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment is the other card that was there. All that is happening right now is you are being asked to stop thinking about someday someday I will enjoy my life more. Someday I will relax more. Someday I will make more time to find enjoyment. Someday I will sit down and like cook a meal that I can stand to chew. Someday. You may really have a lot of responsibilities. Find time to simply stop and breathe and enjoy that which is available to you. Like the thing that I just did was I realized the temperature in this room is like perfect. It is the perfect like atmosphere right now. It's just a little bit cool, but which is perfect for when I'm working. Like the oils around me smell amazing. I'm almost always surrounded by fresh flowers. I really should do something about figuring out ways in which to enjoy food a little bit more. It's only necessary in life. I really should be figuring out a way to enjoy it more. Try to enjoy, if you have a life that is filled with responsibilities, group number 3, the way to be happier is to stop and examine what could you be happy about in what you're doing. I started this morning by setting up 2 spells, and it's one of the coolest things in the world. I spend a lot of time, and I get paid for a lot of it, like doing things like carving candles, blessing, empowering, activating ingredients, and it is, every now and then I can forget I have a really cool life by many, many standards. Instead, I can be like, oh, my task list. Okay, gosh, pile number 3, the fates have not been with you, so that stopped yet again. You do well with gratitude, you really, really do, but you don't do well with enjoying your life, in trying to find the ways to celebrate your existence every single day of your existence. It is a giant energy blockage in 2021 as well. Things are changing and things are shifting. Something is trying to manifest in your life, and it's having a difficult time because you're unable to hear your guides. You're not able to tap in the way that you used to be able to, and you're not being blamed, but like you have become very, very discouraged. And that discouragement is, you think this is personal sometimes. And all that your guides are saying is, please try and find some enjoyment in life. You do well with being very grateful, you really do. You will go through all of the ways in which you are a very fortunate person, and you feel kind of, it seems almost a little shamefaced about the fact that it's not making you happier. And your guides are saying to you that you don't need to be ashamed of the fact that you're not happy. They understand why you're not personally happy. You are, however, exacerbating the problem ever so slightly by treating your life like it is a series of chores and being very, very dedicated to accomplishing your chore list, rather than saying, I have a bunch of chores, but as I do them, I will celebrate the things that make up my life and make it better, and the ways in which I already have a thriving existence. Try to find enjoyment in the various things that are available to you. Watch programs that you're interested in. Listen to music that makes you happier. And this is an interesting group. And like I said, I've really struggled to get it recorded. And so that means to me that like something is pushing back on this. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. You're a very powerful person and you have a purpose. The only reason things have not happened for you yet is the greater world is not allowing things to happen yet, because we are stuck in an energy and the world is pushing back on changing. Be the change. Be the change. Celebrate your life. Enjoy all of the aspects of it that you can, and that will make you happier. And that is, enjoy something today. Enjoy something. Stop. Consciously decide, I will enjoy this food. I will enjoy this cup of coffee. I will enjoy this shower. I will enjoy. Just try to enjoy your life and you will become happier. And to know that everything that you want is coming to you. I didn't get anything on your romance angels in terms of romance going forward, and it's simply because your life is important as it is. You have things to accomplish before that becomes a greater focus for you, and that is not the same thing as being denied in anything. It is truly not. Thank you so much for joining me, group number 3. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's going to be an insert in a moment that is all the information on how to contact me. I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Thank you again for joining me, and don't forget to subscribe. There's a button over there or down below. I will see you next time. I hope this part recorded. All right. One out. Please record. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 4, pile number 4, then this is your candle and this is your reading. Hey, pile number 3 was an epic battle to even get it filmed. And this one I've had to try and plug my phone in as well because I was running out of battery because I struggled so much with pile number 3. Every now and then I do so much magic I can have energetic pushback. So Here we go. Pile number 4. What is on your candle? First of all, it is a pink candle, which is the love of friendship and companionship. It is kind, it is giving, and it is compassionate. And your candle was first anointed with gem joy elixir to help bring joy into the situation. And then underneath this candle is white rice. White rice is about prospering. It's used in love rice, in money rice, and then this is a hope and positivity spell that I do for friends sometimes. And it is white rice that is treated with double quick oil, peace water, and then come to me. So I'm trying to bring positive energy towards us. And then I have orange roses, which is the sacral chakra, that is creativity, passion, and drive. And then I have yellow daisies, which are about positivity. It's the energy of the sun. It is also about attraction, because yellow attracts things. And then also it's about prospering, because it is also one of the prosperity colors. It comes out with our yellow carnations, which are about power and manifestation. And carnations in hoodoo and folk magic are about prospering. Oh, I'm sorry, about power. I got a little bit distracted, sincerely. Pile number 3 was epic. Like, not only did it not record the first time at all, the second time it cut off at the very end. So I had to go back and redo that too. So we have intuition. Intuition is the little tug that pulls you towards your light. Hey, how to be happier? Every single group has said something about trying to tap in, open your third eye, align your chakras, and open your third eye. Sleep. Underneath the nighttime skies, fairies sing you lullabies. That's about having dreams as well. Letting go. That's usually about the past. With great gratitude. I have poised with building blocks. The mystical moments is no rain today. The enchanted map is luck. Oh, good. And I have taking shelter. The answers are within. Boy, a lot of looking within for your answers, trying to be happier and more positive. I have blue tit, which is a type of bird. It is find your voice and free your spirit. I beg your pardon. I tried to stop it, but it wasn't. I was going to sneeze before that. These are bluebirds. Find your voice and free your spirit. Unblock your throat chakra as well. I have release. That is 2 cards of letting go. Magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. That is officially 3 cards of releasing your past to be happier. Remember, the only thing you can change about your past is the way you view it. Look at it to see what lessons you were supposed to learn, even from the calamities, even from the traumas. Look towards the past, not because you're enumerating the ways in which things went wrong, but because you're trying to find out what is great about yourself that you overcame. One of the ways to be happier in your life is simply to be happier with who you are. If you've gotten this far, you've gone through a lot. Be happy with the fact that you are a survivor. You can overcome. And let go of the slights, the insults, and the traumas and the injuries of the past. Not because they fail to matter. They matter and you matter, but because it will allow you to dwell in a positive energy in the here and now. And the energy that we're living in is the energy that we attract. Our consciousness is in this time and place. Time is happening all at once is the theory. And right now your consciousness is in this time period. Make it a positive, happy experience in all of the ways that you can. And happiness frequently is a choice. It genuinely is. Let's see, what else have we got here? Free your spirit. Poised and building blocks. Okay. I like that. Great gratitude. Always, always, always kind of go through your life to check out what's good about it, to enumerate your blessings, simply to reevaluate your existence for that which is good. I have the 7 of Swords in the upright. This is strange. This keeps landing in that position. This can be the lone wolf card, being too isolated. It's a temporary situation often as well. It's called, that's something hidden as well. This can be lies, deceit, manipulation. This is the High Priestess. I have the 9 of Cups in the upright. I have Judgment in reverse. I have the 8 of Wands in reverse with the Queen of Cups in the upright. I have the Justice card in reverse. You need to balance more. The Lovers in reverse in the exterior, the external influence. Six of Pentacles in the upright, another card for balancing. The Fool in the upright. I have the Ace of Cups in the upright. Wow, new beginnings all over the place. Knight of Cups in the upright. With the Empress in reverse, I have the Nine of Wands in the upright. I have the Star in the upright. A lot of things have been talking about intuition and psychic gifts. Every single group has been asked to tune into that. Align your chakras, focus on your root chakra. That's where fear has a tendency to... Most of the time when we're unhappy, we're actually a little afraid. So if you can heal your root chakra, you can become more secure. When you're secure, you're happier. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles in the upright. This is learning new things. It's also putting study in. King of Cups in the upright. Queen of Swords in reverse is channeling card quite frequently. King of Pentacles in reverse can be a tendency towards depression. Death card in the upright. Four of Swords in the upright. Page of Cups in reverse. With the Five of Pentacles in the upright. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. It's a lot of strange financial cards. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Cups in the upright. I don't trust this. Can I immediately clarify that financial stuff? It could be that your mindset is telling you you're more deprived than you are. It looks like there is a very unbalanced energy around you at this time, and you don't feel like you're getting what you want out of a situation. You feel blocked and you feel thwarted. Try to reassess. You're actually poised to have a great deal of success, and your magical gateway energy is going step boldly forward. It's time to consider what your next move is. Garden in the gate, the only thing holding you back is yourself. What is this financial energy about? This might be the only group that I'm going to clarify the tarot a little bit more. Maybe I pushed out too far on it. You feel insecure, but you're not. Let's see. Part of the reason that you're not happy right now is that you're assigning too much worth to a bank balance. Too much worth to if I have X amount of money in the bank and I'm prepared for X number of months, then I can be happy. Security is important. It's not everything. It's not everything. If 2020 proved anything, it's that things can come along that money can do nothing to touch. Whether or not you had a lot of money in 2020 didn't open up a restaurant for you. You couldn't go to the movies. You couldn't date freely. Money didn't solve everything. Money doesn't solve everything. A woman holding a coin, hostilities, angel of balance, goddess of the moon. You are more secure than you think. This is interesting. Everything around this particular group is saying if you want to be happier, reevaluate how much importance you're putting on money. Because you're putting, it looks like, kind of a lot of importance on money. That's the thing that occupies your thoughts, your dreams, what you're trying to achieve and what you're trying to manifest. The only way you can see for you to be happy is to be more financially secure. There's not anything necessarily wrong with that, is the thing. It's that it's not going to make you happy. It's going to make you less afraid. And you are, by the way, everything... You don't need to be anywhere near as afraid as you are. Magical map shifter. Magical map shifter. Okay. Talisman. This is very intriguing to me. Listening. Trying to tap. You're going to be the fourth group. Please try to tap in more than you are. Flying a greater perspective. And can I get one more card? Oh, okay. Ride the wave. Follow the leader. You're missing out on guidance. You need to open up your third eye more. And the way that you can be, in order to open up your third eye, you have to be a little bit happier. You are putting so much importance on financial security and not like any on emotional security, on any emotional happiness. It's almost like you've given up on that area of your life. You need to focus more on enjoyment of your existence. Your financial situation is like, you've got the follow the leader energy. It's up to you. What else have we got here? Luck. A year from now. One more, please. It's up to you a year from now. I was just telling the last group that one of the things that you can do to try and raise your vibe is trust. Is to understand that right now does not define always. To try and envision the world as you would like it to be a year from now. That's a visualization and manifestation technique, is to envision the world as you would like to see it. This is a difficult read in part because it suggests that like the Seven of Swords can be lying to oneself as well. You're not taking a very balanced view of your life. There's every reason to hope. But you don't put a lot of stock in personal relationships any longer. Instead, you've assigned almost everything to your earthly security. Like that's the only happiness that you think will be available to you. This is intriguing to me because you're being asked to release that as a mindset. And that's not the same thing as saying, well, you're going to be poor, so you better relax and enjoy it. What it appears to be saying is that I'm gonna pull another spread on this group because it's so much about the thing that is blocking you right now is there is only one area of your life that you can envision increase in that would then make you happy. And it all appears to be about security and finances. You're being asked to let go of that as a concept for happiness. And it's at least a little interesting to me because I don't think that there's any reason to believe that that's in any type of jeopardy, but rather that you're a powerful manifester and you're no longer concentrating on personal increase of happiness, of joy, of interest, and there's the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. I'm telling you, your financial security is fine. It's fine. You do all kinds of work to try and bring that to you. Your single-mindedness is what's making you so unhappy. Okay. Can I get a little bit more? And this is like, apparently, like the end of this reading is just going a little bit sideways. I've never pulled two spreads in a read before. It's just that whole message was over and over again that the thing that you're concentrating all of your energy on is your finances, your job. Nine of Cups in the upright. Page of Cups in the upright. I'm telling you, the Magician in reverse, with the Page of Wands in reverse, King of Wands in the upright, Six of Swords in the upright, Seven of Cups in the upright, Judgment in the upright, Queen of Swords in reverse, the Star in the upright. It's like they just made the message come through the cards. You're not tapping into your guides, and so they just sent messages through the first spread and through this one as well. The Chariot in the upright, Three of Wands in the upright, King of Pentacles in reverse, Nine of Pentacles in the upright. I've never seen this happen before. Six of Wands in reverse, the Hanged Man in the upright, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the upright, Eight of Wands in the upright, in reverse, the Queen of Cups in the upright, with the Lovers in reverse, and I would like one more. Seven of Wands in the upright. you're very blocked on your guides. You're very, very blocked on your guides. You need to open your third eye. You need to align, work on your root chakra. You're not the first group to get this advice, and then really work on trying to tap in more. No rain today. You're just afraid of the future at this point because you're defining everything by your financial aspect. The fears that you have there are unfounded. You are actually going to be fine. You're fine right now. They're trying so hard to let you know you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, and you don't trust. You simply don't trust any longer that that's the case. Try to shift your focus. Try to shift your focus. You're not unhappy. You're not. You're a little resigned to, my life won't have a lot of personal meaning, so I had better be very practical and prepare for the future. And you have given up on the idea of anything more. You've given up on the idea of anything more. Everything is coming to you in a financial capacity. This is receiving abundance. This is your ship coming in. You get concerned and depressed and you're feeling insecure, and you have no real need of it. It's just that you can't see everything that you want to right now. So all you ever do is drive forward towards security because you don't think personal happiness will be yours. So how can you have a happier life? Try daydreaming a little bit more about personal happiness. You don't envision things in that area any longer. You don't. Deception is there too. Why is this coming up? Deception, and then, because the Seven of Swords has been all over the place in this as well. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. What is going on? All right. Trust, the situation is calling on you to have faith, and very soon, this is pay attention to the red flags. Group number 4, this is interesting to me because I was not anticipating this even a little bit. Find your voice and free your spirit. You don't dream anymore. Like you have no, everything that you're trying to manifest, everything you're wishing for, everything you're hoping for is about security. Like you've given up on personal connection as a means of ever feeling happy again. You've taken that be whole within just a little step too far, and now you're trying to treat yourself like you're an island. Like you will never have anybody beside you again. And you're apparently, you're not unhappy. You're not unhappy, but you've given up on the idea that you will be joyful, that you will ever have love again, that you will have anything more in your life, and you have found it safer not to wish, to hope, or to dream. You are being asked to do all of that again. And it is not because you're blocking anything out, but the reason that you're unhappy is, and you're not unhappy. You're not unhappy. You're content enough. Like you're content enough with your existence. You're not resigned. You're not anxious and depressed and miserable. But you have settled into a very responsible energy in which the only thing you think that can ever come to you to make you happy is financial security. And you're not greedy. It's just that being safe is as close as you think as you will ever get to being happy again. The way that you can be happier is to allow yourself to dream and to hope again. And I'm like, if I look like a little scared, it's because I was like, well, are you guys going to give me any advice about how somebody can do that? Because apparently you settled into this energy because it felt safer. It felt safer. I won't get hurt as much if I don't hope anymore. A man holding a heart, financial constraints, community, a woman holding a heart, action, blossoming abundance. Your money's going to be fine. Yin yang. You're blocking out the possibility of emotional fulfillment because you don't want to be hurt any longer. This is a tough row to hoe because your advice, group number 4, is how can you be happier is risk hoping. Risk hoping that you will find another partner if you don't have one. Risk hoping that you will have a better job if you are like, you're so focused on earthly security. You're just so, and again, you're not actually even materialistic. You're not. It's just that you have become convinced that that is the only point to your life at this point, and not in some pitiful way. Like, you're not a victim. It's just that you're trying to make the best of what you consider kind of a bad situation by taking a new perspective and defining your life simply by security. And that's the only thing that you can believe will ever make you happy again. So how can you be happier? By believing again. By trying to go towards having more faith that this is radical. Okay, you've taken a very interesting position on something. You're not resentful. You're actually quite accepting of your fate. But you believe that your life, you have absorbed all the, hey, we're here to learn lessons, we're here to have a purpose, and the meaning in life is in having a purpose. And the only real happiness in life will be finding meaning. And since you do not actually believe in something more coming to you in a personal capacity about emotional fulfillment, you've put a lot of emphasis on your earthly security and wanting to see it increase. And it's where you put all of your effort, all of your dreams, and all of your focus. And you envision yourself alone. And you are not unhappy, but you're being asked to expand your picture. You're being asked to expand your picture. This is interesting, group number 4. I'm not entirely sure why you're watching this. You're not an unhappy person. You are grateful for your existence. You would like more financial security because it's what you've attached all importance to. That is all you think about in terms of what can come to me to make things better. And you no longer invest in personal relationships. You don't invest anything in the idea of being in love anymore. Like, you really think that all it's done is bring you pain. And so you're just kind of setting that aside, and I will find value and enjoyment in other areas of life. And you are really being asked to please invest some belief in things. Are you going to do anything? This is spooky. He's a divine message deck. I'm waiting for a card to drop, and like nothing is, and normally things will drop. You're being asked to tap into your guides again and to start envisioning a world in which there is an enjoyment of life rather than just the ability to pay all of your bills. They're like, if I seem kind of astounded, I really am. I've never gotten anything quite like this before. You've given up. You've given up the idea of being happy, and like in a very, resigned is too negative of a word. It's accepting. You think that the message you've received is that you will have like emotional paucity throughout the rest of your life, but if you work really hard, you'll be safe, and you will have like happiness in a moment-to-moment capacity. That was the Six of Swords in reverse, and then the Knight of Swords in reverse as well. The way that you will be happier is to believe again. To believe again. And how in the world are you going to do that? Connecting with your guides. You have faith. You have faith. You believe. You believe that there is more to this than what we can see. You believe that there is a divine. You believe that there are spirit guides. You don't think they care if you're happy at all. You're not right. You're genuinely not right. And the way that you can be happier is simply to try and hear that statement and believe it, because you don't. You don't. You don't even a little bit believe it. Concentrate on that. Focus on that. Look at the past. The lesson you've taken away from everything you've suffered is that if I hope for less, if I believe in less, at least that will result in less pain. You're trying to avoid hope, not because you've lost faith, but because you think the fact that you had hope in the past is the reason you ended up so injured. And I beg your pardon, but no, that isn't what happened. What happened was you invested faith in the wrong person. Group number 4. Release the past. Release it in terms of how it is making you view the potential of the future. Believe again. Believe that love can come to you, friendship can come to you, joy will come to you. You're very, very accepting of it, and your guides, they have no idea what to do. They have no idea what to do, because in a non-Ebenezer Scrooge way, all you care about is, well, I won't have anything that emotionally fulfills me, but at least if I work really hard, I can have financial security. And that's all you invest any of your energy in. And it's because you were terribly disappointed and hurt. And you think that means that they don't care. And all they want you to know is you would have had what you wanted and were asking for long before this. Think back, you know what happened. It was 2020, it was the things that were blocking you. And it's gone on for so long that you decided to just give up hoping. Please go back towards hope. Faith, hope, and love. These are the things that will keep your animated force going forward. They will keep your light lit. They will keep your flame burning. You have faith, but you don't have any hope. And the way that you are thinking of love is that I will give, you don't have any expectation of receiving it. You think that's why everything hurts so much, is that you wanted to receive love as well as give it. And you've given up hope entirely. Please try to find the way to re-embrace hope. That is the way that you will be happier. And you're hearing me and you're not hearing me. Like you hear that and you're like, no, that's the thing that got me burned. Like I'm not going back there. Nice lady, go away. Try. They're trying really, really hard to show you over and over again, there is a reason to hope. That's what's missing. You are not unhappy, but you have no hope that you will ever have anything more emotionally. Believe that more is coming to you. That's how you'll be happier. It sounds like you've got some work to do, and like maybe they do as well, because I don't think you got here by yourself. And they get that part. They get that part. Try to believe. They're trying with everything available to them, but the world has stopped the progress on your personal life. I think you're single, and I think that because of this last year and a couple of other circumstances, you have given up on the idea of ever being anything other than single. And not in like a bitter way. You're trying to be grateful. You're trying to be grateful for the good things in your life, but you have found that hoping hurts you. And so you've decided to set it down and walk away from it. You can hope about developments in your financial and your professional life, but you don't hope about anything in your personal life any longer. And it is preventing more from coming to you in a way that you don't understand. Please find your way back towards hope. And how do you do that? Hopefully simply by listening to this. Something is trying to tell you, please have hope again. What you hoped for is coming to you. It is coming to you. It's just very painful for them to see you like this. It's just very painful. And they are like, what? Like, something went wrong. Something just went wrong with the greater world. And it stopped any thing from coming to you in the manner that they wanted it to. Please have hope again. Please have faith again that more will come to you personally. It is not just about money. It's not just about money. You put all of your energy into that because you don't think you'll be personally happy ever again, but at least you want to be safe. And again, you're not unhappy. You have just accepted that my personal life will be empty. And it's not going to be, and you'll be happier if you can hear that and accept it into your heart. Group number 4, what an interesting message. I hope to God this was recording. Thank you for joining me. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's an insert in a moment that has all the information on how to contact me, and my link to my website is in the description box down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you wouldn't mind. Your guides want to talk to you so much, and please try more. Please try more. I think they've been talking to you throughout this entire reading, trying to get you to hear them. You're not right. Your life is not going to be empty. Please try to be happy. More is coming to you.